Hello viewers and welcome to God of War 2. And yeah, this is the new playthrough of for January, and we're playing God of War. And these are one of those games that are much mature, like my Bioshock content. So yeah. So yeah. My usual fans, this is only for 18 plus and all. So let's get into a new game and on Spartan mode. And I already played it
By
before, so
defeating
no.
Ares, Kratos, the once mortal warrior, became the new god of war. However, Kratos soon found himself alone on Olympus, shunned by his fellow gods.
So I hope you enjoy.
Kratos had no need for the love of petty gods. He had found a new family in the warriors of Sparta, gaining solace from his past in the carnage of battle.
My lord, Kratos! Another city is ready to fall! Soon all shall know the glory of Sparta!
Enough, Kratos! With every city you destroy, the wrath of Olympus grows. Soon I will no longer be able to protect you.
I need no protection.
Do not forget that it was I who made you a god, Ghost of Sparta. Do not turn your back on me.
I owe you nothing.
Then you leave me no choice.
Kratos had turned the pain of his memories into hatred. Hatred for the gods, who had refused to free him from the nightmares of his past deeds. And so he went to Rhodes to deliver the final blow to the besieged city.
Athena! You conspire against me!
And now we're getting into the meat of the game.
Athena! You will suffer for this!
So yeah, we kinda got ourselves tiny by insulting the gods of Olympus. Yeah, Kratos can be quite a jerk sometimes. And also, we lost our size of a god. And now the Colossus of Rhodes is destroying the entire city. So, yeah, this is how this was at its time probably at its best for the PlayStation 2 engine. They tried to make it as best as they can for this series, and they actually do succeed when it comes to that. When the first one, it was like just a basic thing. I'm not sure if it defied the PlayStation 2, but it earned that price by that reward by doing this one, by upping the engines in their cutscenes, and it looks like a PlayStation 3 content that we have today. They really knew how to maximize the potential. And they do it much better, and they do extremely well for their third game. I'm not sure if they did well for the PSP, if they did it to at their max, so let me explain. The controls are simple: square for light, triangle for heavy attack, circle is for grab, and sometimes when you're dealing with normal basic enemies, it's always like a one-hit kill. And the orb, I'm going to explain the orb quickly before we get into this. So, right off the bat, right after this part, we get into our first encounter with the Statue of Rose. Rose, or Rose, I'm not really sure what, I think it's Rose. I think they're talking about the road, but I'm not pretty damn sure. So, yeah, we can try and deal with these enemies when the statue finally slams his hand on the ground. It's time for a good attack. Now, okay, so I understand the basic combos. We have square, square, triangle to make a good slam. That's our first level ability. And those advanced moves, you can press the L1, the block button, with one of the triangle, square, and circle. Triangle's the more heavier. Square is an all-out attack, like area attack, and circle's just for a single target. And this is how the quick time events came to be. But they really do show their stuff when it comes. I know, I already explained it before. Okay, now everybody knows the story of Kratos, how he kinda had a bit of a kill count. He can stop killing people. But I have to say, I'm not doing this particular moment. Yeah, for good reasons, because I don't want any trouble with YouTube involving this particular scene, so I kind of decided to skip it. So, yeah, I'm not going to go what happens behind that particular thing. I know you can easily break it, but still. And yes, I do cut out the save because it's a really long time. Not long, but it probably gets a little annoying when it comes to this point. And this is kinda new, but I'm not really sure. The grappling hook. I think it's new, but I'm not sure. So yeah. There's always quick time events involving opening gates. Okay, this is what I was talking about with the advanced moves. To get used to this is just like going through the meat of the combat system. We're going to lose all the advanced moves. We only got the basics. And when this happens, tap circle right away before you get flushed by the Colossus. I know some more areas that we can get more red orbs. I'll get to that when we get there. When we get enough. But right now they're not really important, because you're going to lose them right after. How? Well, I'll explain later. So we get into another encounter with the Colossus. All you have to do is just try to beat up his hand, and you can dodge to go under the arm during that attack. Just beat him up a little. Now you gotta take a bet on Titan. This can get really hard. So you got to use every exploit you can think of to gain yourself some more protection. Like the magic for this part, it's called Poseidon's Rage, and we're going to use that. And yeah, just keep beating it up 3 times, and then we get this trigger event. Now we have to go all the way there to activate a quick time event, and we have to do this another time before we can move on. Sometimes you gotta be damn quick, because when once that once it got away, you have to beat up the guy again in order to do it. And this is the first time just beating him up. Once you're done with the left side, now you gotta beat him on the right side in order to get more damage into it and beating up his tank. Like I said, just use Poseidon's Rage as best as you can, because it's got a good... If you do it correctly, you won't get any damage from that slam once the Colossus gets kicked off. And you can get a good combo out of it. Just keep speeding it up. Once you see green health, you know that the second has already come. Just quickly go over there and speed it up the same, not the same, but the quick time event is going to be a little different. And once we get to this part, surprise! He finally catches on. And this is a new mechanic, L1 and R1, who struggle out, and then he's just stabbing it in the arm and blowing up his entire hand. Okay, I don't know how that makes sense, but okay. Now, yeah. Now, we get into a new area, and we got to get ourselves out of there. So, yeah. So we have to go through that gate up there in order to continue. And while I'm playing it, the second one, while not the first, I thought it was just a basic revenge story, that's all. It's just a basic revenge story. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this part, and we'll continue with more God of War 2. So until then, enjoy!